Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Hi all, this is Subapriya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Satyabama Institute of Science and Technology. Our topic for today is Big Data Analytics. This is our agenda. We are going to see about what is big data and what is the big data analytics, types of big data analytics and characteristics of big data analytics, process in big data analytics, and what are the applications domain in big data analytics and what is the benefits of big data analytics and some real-time applications related to big data analytics. Okay, let's see what is big data. We all know what is data. Data is nothing but some meaningful information. Then what is big data? Big data is nothing but it's a large volume of information that cannot be stored and processed using traditional approach within a particular time. So what happens when data increases enormously? When data increases enormously, there will be a problem in storing the data and processing the data and also to manage the data. In order to solve that problem, we are going for big data analytics. Okay, let's see an example. The data grows enormously. For example, when we are attaching 100 MB of data in a single mail, we get a problem in storing that data in a mail. That is also a concept of big data. Okay, then what is big data analytics? Big data analytics is nothing but it is a process of extracting the meaningful information from the underlying information, from the hidden patterns and also from unknown correlations, market trends and customer preferences. What we are going to do when the data is going to increase enormously, how we are going to extract only the meaningful information and how we are going to process the data and how we are going to predict the data for business purpose. These are the types of big data. What are the types of data? It is nothing but data can be in a structured format, unstructured format and it can also be in a semi-structured format. Let's see what is called as a structured data format. A structured data format is nothing but which has a proper structure, the data which is aligned in a proper structure. For example, the data which is in the format of either comma separated value files or an Excel file or are in a DBF file. Here you can see an example where the employee details is maintained in an Excel file where the employee ID, employee name, gender, department and salary is mentioned in an relational database format. So it is easy for us to analyze the data, extract the data and also to store the data. When it is in this tabular format, it is called as an structured data format. Then what is then the unstructured data? Unstructured data is nothing but the data which does not have any structure, where the data will be in a form of all the formats. For example, the data can be in a form of JPG and the data can be also in a form of MP3 files or MPEG files and it can also be as an audio, video or whatever it is. For example, you take a mail where or Google search where when you search for an information in a search engine, it retrieves you, gives you a format of either image or videos or in any format. So all these collected together, it is called as an unstructured data. There is no particular format for the data. What is then the semi-structured data? Semi-structured data refers to the data that does not have any proper structure associated with it. For example, the data which is present in emails, log files and Word documents is also referred to as a semi-structured data. Even your XML file is also a semi-structured data. Let's see what is the characteristics of big data. Major characteristics of big data are volume, velocity and variety. What is volume? Volume refers to the amount of data that is generated per second. If the data is generated in a large volume, then it is obviously called as a big data. So what is then the velocity? Velocity is nothing but the speed at which the data is getting generated. When the data generates very fast or very easily, then it is called as it defines the velocity of the data. Then what is then the variety of the data? Variety of the data is nothing but the data generated in different types. If there are more than one type of data generated, then it is called as a variety of data. Let's see what is the process of big data analytics. These are the steps in which the big data analytics, big data is processed. The first one is case study evaluation. What is meant by case study evaluation? It is nothing but defining the problem. We have to analyze the problem, what is the problem and what are the data related with that problem, and accordingly we have to fetch the data. Second is nothing but identification of particular data. Here the identification can happen either internally or externally. If it is happening internally, it can happen through either the data set which is underlying or even through a survey. When it is happening externally, it could take from an open source such as Kaggle or some sites which are providing your data set. Next is, after identifying a data, we have to filter the data. What is meant by filtering the data? In the sense, extracting only the meaningful informations or removing the unknown errors or duplications etc., and take only the real data. After that, the data extraction. Data extraction is nothing but it is a process of extracting only the meaningful data which is required for particular problem. After that, aggregation of data. The data may be extracted, can locate in the different sources. So what we are going to do, we are going to aggregate the data or we are going to merge the data into a particular source from different sources. After aggregation, we have to visualize the data. Data visualization can happen in different forms, like we can use different techniques like Plotly and Tableau or Google Chart, anything for visualizing what is the data present. After data visualization, we are going to analyze the data. There are different types of analysis tool. It's nothing but we are having predictive analysis, descriptive analysis, diagnostic analysis and prescriptive analysis. What for we are going to analyze the data? We are going to analyze the data like what happened in the past. It is nothing but your descriptive analysis. Based upon the historic data, we are going to analyze what happened at the past and we are going to find a solution for that data. What is then the predictive analysis? Using a current data set, what will happen in the future? That is the meaning of predictive analysis. What is then the diagnostic analysis? Is nothing but why it happened and what can we do for finding a solution for that data. And then prescriptive analysis is nothing but since this has happened, what can be a solution for that data. These are the types of analysis. After doing data analysis, we have to come for a final analysis that these are the meaningful informations which we have extracted after doing the data analysis and the results will be published. Why we are using this result? Why we are analyzing the data in form of all these process? In order to find a meaningful data from a huge volume of data, we are going to take only a particular data which is used for our case study or for our problem statement. What are the tools used in big data analytics? We are having a variety of tools to solve the big data problems. One is nothing but your MongoDB. MongoDB is nothing but you can represent the data sets that change frequently and it is used in big data analytics. MongoDB can handle different varieties of data. That is nothing but it can handle the structured data, unstructured data and even semi-structured data. It is using JSON format to handle the data. What is then the Hadoop? Hadoop is nothing but it is an open source framework found by Apache in order to solve the big data problems. Hadoop has different tools inside to solve the big data problems and it solves the big data problems such as how to store the data and how to process the data, how to manage the data and how to analyze the data. Okay, what is then the Talent? Talent is a tool used for data integration and management. What is meant by data integration? Data integration is nothing but when the data is found in different sources, we have to integrate the data or we have to combine the data and we have to check whether the data is a valid data. And how to manage the data? Manage the data is nothing but when the data is in large amount, how we are going to manage the data or how we are going to store the data in the particular format. What is then the Cassandra? Cassandra is nothing but it is also a Hadoop framework tool where it deals with the distributed database in order to store the large chunks of data. What is then the Storm? Storm is nothing but it is an open source real-time computational tool which is also found inside the Hadoop ecosystem. What is in the Spark? Spark is a real-time processing and analyzing large amount of data. It is used for processing the large amount of data in a real-time application. Let's see about what is the big data application domain. Big data is applied in different domains, like it is used in healthcare, it is used in education, it is used in weather forecast, it is used in agriculture, and it is also used in manufacturing domain. Let's see how it is used in education. It's used in education in the form of enhancing the student's result, and it gives the better grading system, and it is used to gain the attention of the students, and it is also used for reducing the number of dropouts. How we are using all these things in order, like we have to analyze the students report, and accordingly we can reduce the number of dropouts in the education, and also we can analyze, or we can give an better grading system for an education. Big data in healthcare. How big data is used in healthcare? In order to, it is used in health tracking system, and also it is used in care delivery system, and it is used in fraud detection and prevention system, and it is also used for real time alerts. How big data is used in weather forecast? It estimates the area where flooding is likely to be more severe, that is nothing but your predictive analysis, and it strengthens and directs of tropical storms, and it is also likely finds the amount of snow or rain that will fall in specific area. This is also on predictive analytics, and it also finds the areas where wind speeds are likely to be greatest, and it also finds the damaged roads, and it also used for flight cancellation for at a specific airport. How it is used in agriculture? In agriculture, it boosts the productivity of an agriculture, and it also used to access the plant genome information, and also it predicts the yield of an particular crop, and also it is used in risk management to avoid the risks, and also it is used in food safety, and it is also used in savings. How big data is used in manufacturing sector? It is used to improve the product quality, and it is also used in finding the defects, and it is also used in supply chain management, and it is also used for planning the supply, and also used for testing and simulation of new manufacturing process. What are the benefits of big data? The benefits of big data is to, first benefit is to avoid the risk management. Yes, and it is also used to improve the customer experience, and it is also used to develop the product development and innovations, and it is also used for better decision making in organizations. If we have any problem or a business case, how we are going to avoid the risk which is going to happen in future, and how we are going to satisfy the customer by giving a very good product, or how we are going to design a very good product, or as per the customer expectation, how we are going to design a very good product, and how we are going to make a better decision for a future organization in order to improve the revenue of an organization. In all these major role, big data plays a major benefits, and it is also used to improve the business analytics of any organization. Let's see what is the real-time applications of big data. It is used in New York Stock Exchange in order to process the data which is generated per second, and it is also used in social media since the large number of videos or photos are generated per second, how to manage the data. This is all about the big data analytics, and it is just an introduction about big data analytics. Let's see how we are going to process the big data analytics in next video. Thank you.